Good morning. I welcome you all to the 8th episode of the series Aalok Theory and Contemporary Music Performance. The topic for today is allied concepts of Raag. We will testify two main concepts Raag Ras, that is Raag mood, and Raag Samay, that is Raag time. If there is more time left, then other concepts such as Raag names will be discussed. We will listen to Prabhatai's thoughts on these two concepts. Let's first discuss about the concept Ragaras or Rag mood. We have discussed in the previous episodes as to what is Rag, what are its basic elements, its materials, etc. We would like to now introduce the term Ras. The term Ras has two meanings. Um, One is the behavioral form. How we use this word, Ras would mean having interest, like I have Ras in this topic or interest in this topic. So it speaks of interest. But in the context of arts, literature, theatre, etc., meaning of Ras would be different. We call it a definitive sign, so the meaning would be different. Fundamentally, Ras is not just a word but a concept, and we can find its principle in Bharatnatyam Shastra, wherein, in the context of theatre, the theory of 8 rasas has been explained. This meaning of ras is absolutely different than the meaning of word ras we generally use in behavioral form. At the time of Natya Shastra, the term Raag was not there. The term Jati was used. According to Natya Shastra, ras comes into the existence through Sthai Bhav, Sanchari Bhav and Vyabhichari Bhav. Natya Shastra is primarily about drama, that is performing arts. It mentions about different themes of drama, characterization, concept of ras and the relation it has with swar and lay and jati. It also mentions that ras would mature through jatis. However, there is mention of the term rag in the treatises scripted after Natya Shastra. Scholars have connected ras to swar, rag and lay. So we see from Bharat Muni to Bhat Khandeji, almost all scholars have talked about a relation between rag and ras, that is rag and mood. So today we will come to know about Prabhaji's thoughts on this topic. So Prabhaji, you have already explained to us the concept of rag, its exploration, its development. Kindly inform us about ras. What is ras? How is the concept of ras connected to rag? Why was this needed? And why does rag need a ras?
As you said, in drama and dance, and there is a visual medium in front of you. The medium which is known to you, if it comes in front of you, then it helps you to understand. But music is an abstract art, it is an intangible art. It has its own language which a person has to learn to understand, or he can understand if he has any assistance. Otherwise, it is difficult to reach the audience as to what the artist is trying to say just by singing ah. Thus, attempts are made to make intangible music or abstract rag music tangible, so that the audience and the artist can both understand it and appreciate it. For the artist to get the assistance in presenting rag, you might have heard ragmala paintings. There is rag dhyan, there is rag rang. I mean, the ras felt is different in everyone as per their experience. For the artist, for the scholar, they help artist or audience to get into a particular ras or mood. So, ras means for me is what I feel while singing it. It is not like before presenting the rag, I have some preconceived emotion about it in my mind. When I practice, then I see the persona of rag. It comes in front of me. That's more important. I never think about its ras. That ras is my own. That's how I feel. Every artist adds something of his own in the presentation, call it maybe ras, and whatever it reaches the audience, they also add their own ras to it. They have their own experience to adapt it, absorb it to their system, their own capability. So they add the flavor according to their taste. It's not always that the artist thinks and does. Similarly, it is not necessary that the audience appreciate in accordance with the artist.
So, as Prabhatai mentioned, when when an artist does a presentation, then there is no definite connection between the rag and ras, especially in their mind.
Uh, I don't think any artist thinks that he will present this ras with this rag. I don't think so. And he probably doesn't even think about it when he starts his presentation.
So, my experience is that when an artist comes on stage, he would think only about the technical things to be presented, like the rag, its lay, tal, bandish.
Absolutely.
I don't think anyone would be thinking which ras should be projected. No one would be thinking like that. So,
Absolutely right.
but there are many disagreements about the concept of rag and ras, even in the treatises. Different people have assigned different ras for the same rag.
As I mentioned earlier, every artist has his own experience when he practices a rag or when he is presenting, then it's the ras that he experiences at that time. Uh, it's not like this rag has viraha ras, because in the same rag we find bandishes for shringar ras or other rases also, especially Bhairavi is said to be Viraha Raski Ragini, but there are many bandishes which have different themes and not just separation. So it all depends as to how the artist presents it, what kind of treatment he gives to the material. Ras depends on all that, I feel so.
So, rag doesn't have its own ras, and the artist brings forth his own ras to it. That's what you
Absolutely.
believe. Natya Shastra mentions that the emergence of ras is in the mind of the audience. It does not mention about the emergence of the ras in the artist's mind. Actually, you are saying the same thing what Bharat has written. It is exactly the same.
I'm talking about my experience.
Yes, yes. Meaning, I feel that you and Bharat Muni are on the same side because he said clearly that the mind of the audience is the abode of ras. So, the ras is born in the mind of the audience. Ras is not born inside the mind of the person who is performing. If that happens, then one will not be able to present. If Raag Todi is being presented and Karun Ras, that is
He won't be
pathos,
able to
is
sing.
what is in his mind, then how will he sing? Yes, he will not be able to sing. So the audience might start getting that feeling, but
We mostly think about the persona of the rag, and emotion is also born while presenting. It's not like you will sing with a blank state of mind,
so
but
now,
we can't name it as a particular emotion or a
yes,
particular
yes.
res.
So, in my opinion, Ras is a pervaded perception, very vast concept, we can say that. But as regards music, emotion is more important, more relevant. I think it's more relevant. Is there a fixed ras for every rag or not? Please enlighten us.
I don't think so, because when I sing the same rag at different places or even at a different time, then I don't get the same emotion. Many factors have an effect on it. The bandish I am singing, how my voice is at that moment, my own mental state, what is the mental state of the audience at that moment, how is the accompaniment. Emotion depends upon so many factors, I believe.
So, can we see a connection like if any rag is Purvanga predominant, maybe Shant Bhav emerges, or if Uttarang is dominant, then another emotion emerges, some other
No,
emotion.
I would only say about the lay factor that definitely influences whether presentation is in lower octave or in mandra saptak or higher note. Lay factor definitely influences because of the speed execution of the music phrase, the way you mold the phrase, its movement, the emotion depends on that.
Uh, so, yes, we can notice um, more than the notes, lay influences the portrayal of emotions. Um then, then can scholar and the artist think differently about rag and ras?
Rag and
Ras. Can
yeah,
the theoretician and the artist both have different views?
uh, the scholar, the Aro Auro, Vadi Samvadi, Pakad, 10 features of Rag, we don't consider them today. I mean, we read and write about them, but we don't agree with them. Even with Aro Auro, there are disagreements of Vadi Samvadi, Pakad. So they depend upon the artist, what he thinks and what he likes. Same rag will be presented differently by different artists.
With reference to the Navaras concept, we actually see scholars have selected only few rasas which can be connected with music, like Shringar ras erotic mood, Shant ras peaceful mood, Karuna ras pathetic mood, and Veer ras valorous mood. These four are used the most. It is not considered that Vibhatsa or odious and Bhayanak or fearful can be presented by music through rag music. So, can we conclude that Shringar?
Shringar or erotic and Karuna or pathetic, all of them can have Shantras, peace. Until there is no association with the visual or until the words are not erotic, till then you will not realize that you are adding erotic emotion to it until the body language is so. Only then you can say that this is Shringaras. Otherwise, mostly the emotion is Shantras, something that you can enjoy. That is there.
So, beyond these rasas, it is the emotion of enjoyment that will be predominant.
Actually, when we listen to a performance, then we like it. It's pleasant to our ears. That's it. No one says that the artist projected this ras for this rag. No one says this. It just means that the performance was good.
So, Vibhatsa, Bhayanak, and Hasyaras, these are outside the preview of music. I mean, for rag music. Uh, uh, Maybe weird antics by an artist make you feel Hasyaras, but that's not because of music. Like Prabhata explained us, when we are talking about Thumri, it was demonstrated that one experiences contrast emotion with the execution of the same phrase in case words having opposite meaning are
In
used.
that, how you pronounce the words, how you sing notes, is there any visual? How is your voice? Is it higher? Is it heavy? In which lay you are singing? How your accompaniment is? Do you have sarangi, violin? Do you have harmonium? Which type of tabla you have, lower tone or higher tone? How is the teka? All these and other things influence the ras or emotion created. Many things have effect.
But in case of rag presentation, from the beginning alap till the very last one, Will the entire presentation have only one ras or emotion?
No, it depends upon the material and execution, like the tempo in Alap. It's slow tempo. The movements of phrases are also slow, and your concentration is on every note, your focus. So that's different. And when you sing the same phrase with the bowl, then it will have a different result. Later, if you do with Sargam, then it will have a different result. When in Tan, the speed increases, even that has something different. I mean, in the same rag, along with different materials, you will get different results. However, the sum total of effect stays with you.
So, during the presentation of the entire rag, different shades will
Definitely.
pop out, will be visible, but its final result would be Anand, that is joy. There will be no other emotion left but joy. That's what you believe?
The beauty of art, that's what touches your heart. That beauty. Now, everyone has their own perception of beauty. Where do you find beauty? But at the end, one should find joy, your mind should find peace. That's important.
To add some more information, in the beginning, as mentioned in Natya Shastra, there were only 8 rasas. Later on came Navaras with the mention of Shantaras. Bhaktiras was introduced in the 12th or 13th century. Around 14th century, other rasas got included. Vatsalya ras was included in the Middle Ages. Nowadays, scholars have included other rases like Kranti ras. So, Vatsalya, Bhakti, Kranti are added, meaning even the concept of Navaras has changed with time.
But you can assign the specific rasa name when you have a visual association
Exactly.
or a text to associate. Otherwise, you cannot say whether it is valor or pathos or whatever.
So, we can see ras in other arts like dance, literature, drama. But the concept of ras in rag is irrelevant.
It's also intangible until you don't have something specific like some visual or words or action. Until then, you can't specify ras.
Meaning the concept of Navaras would be inapplicable to music. That's what you believe.
Absolutely.
So you also believe that
Let's do something. We will present different ghat or music forms in the same rag. Let's see what happens there to the emotion of rag. Let us see.
uh, please listen to the track very carefully, um, because we have given you a form which you need to fill. Please listen to the recordings carefully and give your feedback. So let's begin.
Rag is the same, ghats are different, and the artists are different.
Sargam दावे जो बन बाला मीना वे लाला वाला जो बन किस दे रती रे दावे जो बन बाला मीना वे लाला वाला जो बन लाला वाला जो बन मिया लाला वाला जो बन लाला लाला वाला जो बन लाला वाला जो बन किस दे जो बना बाला मिया रे लाला वाला जो लाल वाला जो बन लाल वाला रे लाल वाला लाल वाला लाल वाला लाल वाला रे लाल वाला लाल वाला जो बन मिया रे लाल वाला रे लाल वाला जो बन किस दे रती रे दा रे लाल वाला जो बन लाल वाला जो बन मिया जो बन मिया अरे मिया लाल वाला लाल वाला लाल वाला लाल वाला लाल वाला लाल वाला लाल
लम पर कैसे गेरा मजा बदम पर कैसे नाना मोर तरस आजा बलम पर कैसे बलम पर आजा बलम पर मोर पपया मोर पपया कोयल बोले कोयल बोले मोर पपया मोर पपया कोयल बोले मुझ बिरन का जिया गोते मुझ बिरन का जिया डोले काल बादल बरस रहे आजा बलम पर 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 काल बादल बरस गए आजा बलम पर आजा बलम पग के दे आजा बलम आजा दे आजा बलम दे आजा बलम पग के
So we heard the same rag, different ghats presented in different instruments and by different artists. We haven't mentioned the name of rag and artists, otherwise one can be biased about the favorite artist. So you listen to him with a different approach. So no information is given about rag and artists or instruments. You can write whatever emotion you feel listening to the recordings. Please write.
Has everyone written? Shall we move forward? How do we decide the ras of new rag? And the jod rags, they also pose problem, right? So the way you have understood now what is the meaning of ras. Now this is how we will go ahead.
I mean, this is a very interesting question. Many a times it happens that extremely different natured rags are connected. For example, with the combination of Hindol Bahar, personality of Hindol is different and that of Bahar is different. Or it also happens that Antargat Gati, the speed within Rag, is very different, which creates stress, tension in Rag. So, what to say about its ras? As you mentioned, it's actually a serious question. How to ascribe ras in such situations?
In our Hindustani music, there are a lot of jod rags.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone likes them. There are no simple rags. We have left a lot of rags having straight aroro. I don't know why. Now we will move towards rags with the same aroro, and two rags will be there in that. Their chalan will be different. So let's have a look.
So the notes are the same, but rags are different. So
The result.
what would be the result? Let us see that. Prabhadai, one more question I have in my mind. When a person who has no background of music and when he listens to music, when students listen, and then when artists like me who learned the art 10 12 years ago, and senior artists like you, when all of us listen, we all experience
Absolutely.
differently. So, how will we all be able to relate to Ras?
That's what I said. Each one has their own dress.
Yeah, because I have seen this change, growth in myself. When I was not learning music, whatever impression any song would have on me would be different. And when I started learning, and then years later, after I learned, the impressions have changed. So,
What happens is that we also focus whether the notes have come out right or not, if the structure was proper or not, how the tal was.
so we do analytical listening, and it's not possible to come out of it. Once you have learnt music, then you can't stop analytical thinking. The only thoughts in your mind will be how is the avartan being filled, how the phrases are, while the effect on a lay listener will be completely different. The one who doesn't have any reference to musical theory, he will not do analytical thinking. He will just enjoy.
That dress would be different,
Correct.
absolutely. And another thing is music has effect on human beings, so there is also effect on nature. I mean, that's what we have heard. Like if you sing Raag Megh, then it will rain. If you sing Raag Deepak, lamps will get lit. Of course, we haven't seen that yet. It hasn't
I
rained
think
yet.
this can be exaggeration because it has no logical backing or any proof. I think this is just hearsay that once upon a time someone sang such a rag and something like this happened. We haven't heard or seen something like this happen in reality. So, how can
There
we
was
trust that?
something in the paper, must have been 3-4 years ago. Someone said, when we sing, it rains. A lot of them. Anyway, should we take up Rag Samay concept?
Yes, so after rag res, we will move towards rag samay or rag time concept.
As I mentioned, Rag Samay or Rag Time is one of the many concepts which artists and scholars made to make Rag tangible. There was a time when man was very close to nature. It would definitely have an impact on his thinking, on his music. But we now sit in air-conditioned halls, listen, practice music. So how can we make this Rag Samay concept applicable? And in reality, does it make any difference if we record Bhairav 4 o'clock in noon? It would still remain Bhairav. We sometimes listen to it in the morning and sometimes also during the night, right? So, I mean, there is no such connection of Rag with time, I feel so. Let us see an example. You have to write now by listening this.
which particular time of day or night you are experiencing while listening this?
Please write. Write about time you are experiencing. Have you returned your feedback? I want to say that whenever we practice, whenever we get time, we practice any rag anytime, and whenever we sing, we do good only, or whenever it is recording, even that is good, or even we listen. Nowadays, a rag is played anytime. There is no difficulty in listening. So the restriction of time is necessary or not, think over it.
But Prabhatai, I have a question in my mind that nobody regards the link between rag and time. As you just mentioned, we listen to any rag anytime, we record it, we even learn and practice. Then why do we see artists present rags considering the time theory? Like the way you sang at Savai Gandharva Mahotsav, it was night, you presented joke counts. Why didn't you sing Bhairav?
I would like to sing. Will you all listen?
Definitely.
Okay, we'll do it next time.
No,
No, what happens is we are so much preconditioned. Even if I would like to, they won't allow me to do.
I want to share an incident with whatever I have listened to in all these years. I have listened only Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasya once in Pune, playing Raag Lalit in a night concert, and those who understood it felt a little disturbed. Oh my God, why is he playing Lalit at night? Halfway through, Hariji paused and asked if the general audience felt odd. The audience said they are enjoying it. Hariji said, those who know that Raag Lalit is a morning rag, they might not like it, but it does not matter to the lay listeners.
This is true, but we also have morning rag and night rag, Yamni Bilawal.
Exactly.
Then how will we do such jod rags?
So, one other thing, Carnatic music does not have any such theories. There is no concept connecting rag to time or season. Then why are we stuck in this?
Exactly, by doing so, we are not able to use a lot of rags. We tend to forget those rags. Nowadays it is being sung. What else can they do? The same rags are constantly repeated. Especially at Savai Mahotsav, being the concluding artist, my presentation comes last. Everyone has already sung. Anything I wish to present is already done. I will have to sing the rag that are left out.
So, I think, as you mentioned, it has to do with our tradition, our sanskar about the rag time, whether it is a morning rag or a night rag. It is all because of our ingrained mindset. No other reasoning is seen.
There is no reasoning. Yeah, there should be only one criteria to sing well. It should be in tune, in lay. Emotion should be evident. There should be beauty. This should only be the criteria. You should let present any rag.
First of all, I feel emotion is the cumulative of rag word. Rag reaches one's heart through one's brain, which we call abhijat. Through the brain, it reaches the heart. Whether a person is knowledgeable or not, its result would be emotional. As widely considered rag doesn't have any specific emotion, but when a rag is being presented, an emotion or a specific emotion is in the artist's heart, and when it reaches to maximum number of audience, it is said that the concert is a success. Isn't it so, Tai?
No, if we had given the audience a paper and told them to write which emotion did they experience, then we can talk about it. I feel so. Because the same emotion should come in everyone's heart, right?
No, like
Some emotion will definitely arise, I agree on that, but not everyone will experience the same
isn't that
emotion.
the singer's success?
No.
Isn't it so, Tai?
Even the listeners have to be at the same level, right?
Yes,
should
to
also
bring
have that
everyone
level.
to same level. Therein lies the artist's capability.
No, to bring in the same emotion is difficult, I think so. In dance, you have a visual, then it's possible, but in musical, it's difficult.
Why? Because sometimes when certain rags are sung, tears swell up in everyone. So, what is that?
Getting tears.
What is that?
Getting tears, you can get tears even
Yeah,
from joy
Yeah.
and even from sadness, even
No.
from insult too. So
I
tears
feel
are
that
transitory emotional
rag's
feelings that
emotion,
differ from person
one
to
might
person.
feel compassion and someone can experience joy.
No, there will
It's
not be that
like
much
that.
difference.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
shades would be there when we say red, and there are many shades in that.
No,
They will be there.
What we are trying to say here is that we don't reach till ras, we stay at bhav. Because according to the concept of ras, there is a sattvic bhav,
Concept,
vyabhichari
keep
bhav,
the
and
concept
later you
aside.
have ras.
Raag and bhav. When bhav reaches
Exactly.
great height, sanchari, sthai are all different levels.
What we can do is, the next time we give the audience a feedback form and tell them to write the emotion they experienced. Let them listen to 2-3 artists and then write. This will help to understand what is bhav.
Know this.
See, some emotion definitely reaches, but it's difficult to
Exactly.
name it. It's difficult
As
to
we
name
said,
it.
there will certainly be an emotion in one's mind, but that would be different with everyone. It will have its own frequency range. Like when we say blue, blue has many different shades. Similarly, we cannot
that is
give a
what I'm
specific
trying to
name
say.
that this is Karuna Ras. Even if you are singing Raag Todi, as Prabha mentioned, in the beginning the mood being experienced might be different because music is being played in a slow pace. When Tan is reached or
Also
it
through
reaches
form,
Drutlai,
emotion
it
changes.
definitely will
No,
change,
and in
right?
Drutlai, when Tan starts, what do we
Emotion
do?
will change.
That's
is
what
what
we
we
are
At
are
times
saying.
we
saying.
don't feel nice.
Yeah, that's what we are saying.
Yeah, yeah.
It will be the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, that happens, but it is the need of music, of Ghaat, of presentation that we present Alap, Sargam, Tan. If you don't do Tan, you won't get applauses.
True. I see that Prabhadai believes there is no specific emotion, but a spectrum of emotions. And
But still, with certain rags, specific emotions are better expressed in some of the
yeah,
ragas.
obviously. And if the notes are gentle, then it will be
This will
joyful.
also be dependent on presentation. That is,
And also on the form, like we heard Drupad, Khayal, Tappa, emotion changes even if rag remains the same. And I thought about Samay. why this concept was introduced. The ragtime concept, it's not there in South, but we have it. Should it be considered like we came here in afternoon, so some outer impact is there?
I said stay in an AC room for 2 days, then listen, then see what happens.
So listening to a rag can feel jubilant, otherwise peaceful. Some people feel sleepy even in the morning.
You are absolutely right. We are very much connected with nature, or our sensibilities are so strong.
Rag is definitely that
Absolutely.
strength. Through presentation, an atmosphere is created. It's been soft. I was not in a good mood, but when I came here and heard Boop, then I became very happy, joyful. Later, I listened
This is
to
also
Lalit,
possible.
It's peaceful. This happened.
This emotion is possible through transit rags. You are very right.
Thank you.
But what Prabhata is saying that in today's situation, when we are living more in artificial atmosphere, our relation with nature is not as strong anymore. So
good presentation
this
is the
concept,
only criteria. That's it. You
yeah.
should be able to enjoy, leave alone emotions.
Yes.
You should enjoy music.
Joy is
Mind
also an
should be at
emotion. It's
peace.
a part of emotion. Anand is ras.
Here I would.
We are talking about a specific emotion.
Yes, that's not necessary. Here I would like to share an incident. When Pandit Kumar Gandharvaji went to France, he went abroad only once. Later he never went. When in France, then the season was like it was 8 in the night, but the sun was still up like afternoon. Then Kumarji was puzzled what to sing. It's 8 in the night and I should sing something like Kalyan, but I feel like singing an afternoon rag. He was very disturbed and said, in this country and in this atmosphere, my rag music will not get connected. We will have to invent another rag music for here. Our rag music is associated with my country. It's related with our atmosphere. Something else will have to happen in another atmosphere. This can be an artist's opinion, and on the other hand, we also heard Prabhatai's perspective that we are not as much connected with nature anymore. So we don't need to restrict ourselves with rag time
No,
theory.
what will we do about new rags and Jol rags? That's also there, right? At the Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, we have 6 months day and 6 months night. We will not sing morning rags there.
And we have experienced this also. When we go abroad, many a times we experience jet lag. Our inner body cycle feels like it's night while it's afternoon over there. So then what do we sing? Our mind conditioning being intense as it's afternoon, then you will have to sing afternoon rag. But inner body cycle feels like it's night, so you sing night rag. It is a very difficult situation. Which rag should we perform there? We have faced this many times. Like, I don't feel like singing an evening rag, so I sing an afternoon rag. We have done so, and actually, it doesn't matter to lay listeners at all.
True, the problem is with people who know little or half at that. There is no problem with people who don't know. They enjoy music very well. Huh.
This has reference to talks about getting back to close to nature. I have doubt in my mind. Our ancestors were close to nature and came up with this Ragsama concept. Leaving this behind, are we not going against nature? Like,
Firstly, are we singing the rags they used to sing at that time?
no.
Then what's the use?
I mean, the timing of rag presentation, does it have any effect of nature? Like maybe the way we talk today, the way things are changing in atmosphere due to pollution. So
Even music
are
is
we,
changing, right?
I mean, this is a doubt in my mind whether doesn't this affect nature?
No, along with the time, we are changing. Music is also changing. So,
True.
result is the
I
same.
mean, I'm very much in agreement with you. I just had doubt
No,
in my mind
absolutely.
if we.
No, at that time, we were definitely close to nature and it must have had an effect. and those who created this melody, XYZ. So they must have thought about that. It's absolutely right, but things have changed over the years. We don't sing the same melody anymore. Look at today's atmosphere. We have to look at the present.
Madhuvanti ji, you are
what
asking
today
that
is.
if not following ragtime theory can have an adverse effect on nature or not.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
that there are
about,
more serious things which contribute for the adverse action on
yeah,
nature.
true.
Now, like
They
pollution.
are.
It will not happen due to a music presentation, right?
No, it's not just one thing. There are
And secondly,
many
I would
other
like to say is
factors.
that if we attach the relationship of nature with Raag in this way, so if pollution has increased, then pollution in Raag would also increase naturally. Yes, this should also happen.
People say that it has been polluted.
Definitely
So
has.
traffic jams should affect Raags, but it doesn't happen. I would say that in music we always have action and reaction and counteraction. If you have a lot of traffic, a lot of chaos and disturbance outside, then we can establish peace through
Correct.
music.
Correct.
So that is a reaction. Along with that, we create a counteraction. So the relationship with music is in a way contradictory. Like we don't want what is outside, so we want to do something different through our music. This
That's
also
true.
happens.
True. Okay, thank you.
We have Ramchandra Joshi. He wants to ask something.
Namaskar. I am based in America, in Boston, and I sing a bit. There is winter, it becomes dark in the evening at 4. I face a question lot of times. As I also sing, at 4 in the evening, it's completely dark. So what to be sung at that time?
Please don't look at the watch. See what's in your mind.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what happens there is that 4 o'clock, yes, because dark outside,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
trying
yes.
to convey that. So, whenever it's dark outside, I have felt the same dark emotion in my heart. So,
That's
like,
fine.
you know,
You can sing
kind
night
of
rock.
night emotion. So, what I'm saying is that the environment or nature affects your mind.
Of course.
It has to do
And,
with the mindset, right? If you weren't aware of ragtime theory, then wouldn't you sing? Think like this.
No, what you
Yeah.
are saying is it's dark outside, but you have light in your house, right? You live in an air conditioned house, right?
If
So doesn't
someone
that
who
change
doesn't know
things?
when to sing a rag, then he doesn't have any problem.
Another thing which I wanted to say is, like in America, you have a lot of isolation
Yes,
and
yes.
loneliness. I have seen that people don't like to listen to Raag Marwa, or I have seen this. People say, please don't sing Marwa. It is already a sort of depressing, especially in the winter. So I have
Yes, it is
experienced
depressing.
this. So, like emotions, bhav and time definitely has.
No, definitely has an impact. Ramchandra ji, this is what Prabhata is saying, that notes certainly have an effect, and we all
We
agree
can't
on
Yeah,
that.
Generalize
we
that.
can't
Yeah.
generalize that.
We can't generalize it. Like, why should be Marwa's ras Karun? If you listen to Shankarao Pandit's Marwa, you will feel it has valor ras. You can't generalize.
It depends upon the style.
It is said, with Amir Khan Sahib's rendition, the style of presenting Marwa
It
changed
changed.
than that was
The
practiced
identity
earlier.
got changed.
Like Prabhatai's Maru Bihak, it changed the outlook towards the presentation of Maru Bihak
Here
altogether.
I want to say is, you said this very well. Earlier in the past, Marwa was sung very differently and its ras was considered to be Veer ras. And after Amir Khan Sahib's rendition of Marwa, the equation of Marwa got changed totally. So we have Pandit Krishna Rao Shankar Pandit, Pandit Gajanan Bua, we have Vidushi Malini Rajurkarji, Pandit Vasant Rao Deshpande. Listen to their Marwa. You will not get the
Or listen
same
to
feeling
Amir Khan
as
Sahib.
Amir Khan Sahib.
And Prabhatai, your Kalavati recording, that my American students, they are not connected to our culture. I have experimented with them, especially when I made them listen to your Kalavati. They found it very beautiful. They were in a very happy mood. I am giving your example.
Exactly,
I sang
it
it
is
with
like
complete
that.
joy.
So, I mean, there is some
No,
emotional
emotion
relation to
definitely
it,
has a
right?
relation. Prabhata is saying that you cannot generalize that this is going to give a specific emotion. If Prabhata is Kalavati, you might experience a joyous mood. Listening to someone else Kalavati, you might even experience Karundras, compassion, right?
I would like to give another example. When anyone listens to Raag Bilas Khani Todi, I don't think anyone will feel happy. And
Yeah, they will not feel
I
happy.
have also experimented this. I'm a student of Veena Sastrabuddheji. However, my students do not know much about her and as such are not biased. When I made my students listen to Veena Tais Bilas Khani Todi, they felt a lot of pain, sadness. They didn't feel as much sad but experienced compassion listening to Raag Miya Ki Todi. I asked them, what do you feel? They
Yeah.
told that they are feeling
yes.
a lot of compassion.
That feeling is generated listening to that specific recording, but not that rag as a whole. Same
I
rag
don't
and
think
different
the same
artists.
emotion would emerge
If you make different
if
people
anyone
listen
sings
to
Bilas
different
Khani Todi.
recordings of Bilas Khani Todi, they might get different feelings. Like if the same rag is played on santur and also in sarangi, a totally different feeling will be generated because the timbre of the instrument is different. No matter how serious a rag, you listen to it in santur, it doesn't seem so serious because the tone of the instrument is so, it's refreshing, and the tone of sarang is naturally such that you don't feel as much happy.
Listen to any rag in Agra Karana.
Which one? Which one?
Agra Gharana.
Like you said, Marwa, Bilas Khani Todi. Make them listen to that to your students.
They will feel different.
You just mentioned about Kumarji. He asked once that why don't we sing Thumri in Raag Marwa?
Actually, it is there.
It's
You have
phrases
Thumri in
are
Marwa
there.
also.
Yeah.
There's a very good Thumri by Bindadin Maharaj where he sang Marwa.
I remember that Kumarji was
So-
talking like this.
He probably might be unaware, but there is Thumri in Marwa.
And Bhimsenji also said, why do flowers blossom in the morning? And why does the night queen bloom in the night? It means there's definitely something happening.
The cycle of nature definitely exists. Some flowers blossom in the morning and some blossom in the
So
night.
exactly, certain drugs blossom in the night and certain
Exactly.
blossom in the morning. And we are also very conditioned. Actually, if you want to do this research, you should go to other countries where there are not at all exposed.
No, it's not like
to our
research is
culture
not
and
done.
Find out.
There is research.
I don't know about research, but when all these things were happening, I was conditioned. So my reaction was only according to that. Another thing, in the afternoons, when we listen to Shehnai in Raag Sarang, then we remember about weddings and
There
the
is
lunch
association.
there. Because of conditioning, we are conditioned that way. It is very difficult for me to say that what should be done and what should not be done.
Actually,
I am conditioned now.
yes.
I can't help
Then you
it.
can follow your conditioning.
Correct, exactly. But I cannot force other person
Exactly.
to not
Definitely
do what
not.
he wants.
But if someone feels that this specific emotion is generated through this rag, then that's fine with him. We are not saying that,
We are not questioning or asking him.
yeah, because it's his conditioning. So let him follow his conditioning.
Abhishekiji was saying exactly as you are talking, but he never sang anything otherwise. He sang exactly as per time.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone personally accepts that there is no connection between rag and time, but when they sing on stage, then we follow that because of conditioning.
Even an artist like Pandit Kumar Gandharva, I don't think he has sung night rag in the morning, afternoon,
Yes.
etc. Kumar Gandharva is the only person who was really
Yeah,
revolutionary.
yeah. See, in the thematic concerts, he did like Geet Vasant, Geet Varsha. So there were rags of different time in it. If the program was in the evening from 6 to 9, then he sang some midnight rags and it had a huge impact. So what is the relation there?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know about that. That's the reason I'm asking.
Yes, in drama,
Drama is a different thing because you are in a different mood and their
since you are
words
discussing
also
about
matter.
Kumar Gandharva,
If you start singing bhajan, ghazal, its effect is different.
No, form. It is definitely depending on the form.
So it is difficult. Depends
Exactly.
how you
In
present.
thematic concerts, like Kumarji has done many of them, then there were rags presented disregarding the rag time
In
theory.
thematic concert, Geet Varsha or even Rituraj, you can see that he sung almost every rag at the same level.
That is what we are trying to say. In thematic concerts, Kumarji has presented rags supposedly to be presented at different times of the day and supposedly to arouse different rases. He presented them very beautifully, effectively. So the concept of rag ras and rag samay becomes shaky. Yes.
Hello, sir. I would like to share
Yes.
an event with you. In 1967,
If you could please stand up, we would be able to see who is talking.
In 1967, a Speak Mackay program at Ferguson College, Santur Maestro Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma presented Rag Bhimpalas in front of all the students in the afternoon. He told them that he wanted to finish before sunset, and he also said that there is quite a relationship between time and Rag. Even Pandit Govindrao Tembeji has mentioned in his book Sangeet Sadhana that there is relationship between every rag with time. He has said this, looking to the opinion of various stalwarts, we audience, what should we conclude? I mean, what should we believe in?
That's what
Listen
Prabhata
to
is
what
trying
you
to
like,
say.
right?
You listen to what you like, and whatever happens in your heart after listening to
That
that,
is your emotion.
you follow that feeling. That's it. If someone says contrary, you don't need to accept it. Don't accept it.
Even Shivji says nowadays that he doesn't believe in rag time concept anymore.
Limaiji wants to ask something. Please give him mic.
Namaskar. Musical drama is played sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes in the night. There they sing any rag anytime. We experience pleasure, and there we don't discuss about the effects of rag and time.
We say the same.
Similarly, in our devotional songs, any
Correct.
rag is sung anytime. Our Guru always said that if a capable artist would sing afternoon rag sarang in the night, then the atmosphere
Very
of
much
sarang
correct.
will be
I
created.
will rephrase what he said. When in drama, we listen to songs composed in different rags and they are presented anytime, we do not feel there is any harm done to the emotion. That exactly supports Prabhatai's thinking, her opinion about Ragras and Ragsamai.
Hello, I am a common audience. I want to say here that even after Rag Bhairavi, the artist waits and then audience request for more, and the artists also respect that. It feels like for a new generation, the sacraments do not matter. I feel so.
Yes, that's true.
So, we will take up if there is any other question. Is there any? Otherwise, this will be the last.
If you keep the emotion in mind and the mood is not created, then what's the use? If I don't say anything, but still the emotion is created, my presentation is good.
Namaskar, Thai. The rules for Indian rag music has been formulated on the
Yeah,
basis
please.
of prahar, according to the geographical location of India. If we follow the same rules in other parts of the world, then we will not get the same results. I mean, it would not create the same effect.
Present according to the condition of nature there, whether it's morning, noon, over
Meaning,
there.
if we change the country, then we
Yes,
also
absolutely.
need to change the classification. And another thing, there's a lot of research happening about music therapy nowadays. We get information on the internet, like if you have headache, then listen to this rag, etc.
Have
When
you done
I
this yourself?
listen
And
to Rag Bageshri on Santur, then I'm able to sleep well.
is
But
this written on internet?
But when I listen to other renditions of Bageshri, then I keep on listening. So if we want to generalize it on global spectrum, um, then how do we standardize this therapy?
Standardization is possible only when all parameters are equal, remain the same.
I
right?
mean, here, music therapy is not the topic of today, but when you talk about therapy, then the word standardization comes. If you give 100 people the same dosage of crocin, then they will have the same effect. That is the potential of that medicine, right? So, similarly, if 100 people would listen to Raag Bageshri,
Yeah, that's true.
then they all should sleep well. Only then it will be considered as a therapy. This kind of experiment has been done, but never an affirmative result is found. This is making business of so-called music therapy. It cannot be recognized as therapy. Anyway, our session for today ends here. We will meet tomorrow at 11 o'clock. The topic for tomorrow would be Gharana in music with special reference to Kirana Gharana. So we will listen to Prabhatai's thoughts again tomorrow. Thank you.